Mawunim, the entire former Chief Justice, Sofia Akufo, Nibuafu, and at the I question Nibonuso. So, no, why yet what the 146 no in 2017-2018, what now committee SWA or establish a prima facie.
Okay.
In the case of Mame Charlotte Osei,
okay.
George Nopokwa Mankwa, any Alaji Amadu
Sule.
Na me fa ne currency. Na ahobrasi mu kadna. Wo mo de Charlotte Osei din ayetwa apia. E de yem fanto wi no. Let me tell them. Charlotte Osei started the process for her removal, prosecuted the process for her removal, and saw. She thought say no betimi ayi ni deputies no. She fell on her own dagger. And I'll prove to you here.
Do.
This is the file that I concluded on Amadou Sule. Nipa no dia ni munu ye Emmanuel Kosi Senyo against Amadou Sule. Good madam say for omuko ditia Amadou Sule.
David. Next time.
PW1.
Train Yabotre. Next time Oba me court has a nasa exhibit here. Tender.
Mpacho, me tender. PW2. Mpacho, jima judge mami. Na on kano modino.
Mami say a certified true copy.
Mpacho.
Till next time Oba o the exhibit be abana say.
Mpacho bodino mami.
PW2 Mrs. Charlotte Ama say.
PW a petitioner's witness.
Mrs. Charlotte Ama Osei, she is the chairperson of the Electoral Commission, and she testified that in the last quarter of 2015, she received a request from the NDC party for the Electoral Commission to conduct its presidential and parliamentary primaries. She did minute the request to the respondent, the deputy chairperson in charge of operations.
That's Amadou Sule.
According to the witness, the NDC primaries were conducted on 21st November 2015. 2 days after the event, she reports that some of the staff of the Electoral Commission in the district were not paid monies due them from the primaries. She made enquiries from the Director of Finance, who informed her that he was not involved in the process in any way. The Director of Finance further informed her that his department did not receive the monies paid by the NDC and therefore would not be able to tell how much NDC paid to the Electoral Commission. The Director of Finance further informed her that he had monies were paid to the respondent in his office late at night, and that electoral materials belonging to the Electoral Commission were taken from the stores unit of the Electoral Commission for the primaries, but the Electoral Commission had not been reimbursed. The witness said she decided to take up the matter with the respondent and the Director of Elections. The response she received from the respondent is in evidence as part of the exhibit attached to her witness statement and marked as C2. Exhibit C2 has a brief email from the respondent giving an account on the primaries and the budget drawn for the conduct of the NDC's primaries.
PW1, the page before.
PW1, okay. PW1 wa henefa. Ntina on sentina me say yes we ba na web exhibitor na what tender but don munyin come on one and document na baby o di PW1 na she no famre
baby a upie fie
ma hu PW2 no but one no
kwasoro
okay evidence of PW1
wo the body no kwa na jap the aka man
Samuel opusu ampofu
enti wamo a agina amanyoko bi din mu a ya na omo ka se President Akufo Addo ne ma ye pam Charlotte Osei ni 2 deputies no chairman of the NDC at the time ekodi adanse si yem pam Amadou Sule on yame fa ne currency me ma me George Nopokwa Mankwa da so te ase, and we have not been fair to them, because even what the state was due to pay them, I can say on authority say yem pam ma wono. But the point I'm making is say Charlotte Osei started the process for her removal. Unim said, notwithstanding this committee report, they are appointing it to board B. Contrary to the Public Office Holders Declaration Act 1998 55.
All right, so the question is, then now, why you doing it till now? And then why are you people talking now? When Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, people crucify him concerning these things. But you people were quiet. Does it mean that, like, were you people talking that time that people were not listening? Ghanaians were not listening. And I say, Muye din na afi. You people are now bringing all these things up. Ebusiafo, it is sad. Former Chief Justice Sophia Akufo also the Oka the first winning now.
I'm very sad about it. It has really saddened me. And maybe in a way, I feel very distressed by it. Yes.
Mm. In terms of the conclusion that was reached, where the matter has journeyed from, is the sadness as a result of the conclusion, or you have questions about the procedure that took place before that?
The sadness is about the whole process. My sadness is because as far as I'm concerned, it was a very unnecessary. We have been taken through a very unnecessary situation, and which, as far as I'm concerned, and that is my honest and candid view, this has so weakened the institution of the judiciary. It's not so much the individual who occupies the position. It is the institution. That is what I'm concerned about.
Mm. I mean, what informs the conclusion that it's an unnecessary process? I mean, we have heard even government spokesperson make the point that a petition was sent, a committee in line with the constitution was set up, they've looked into the matter and they've come to a conclusion. Which aspect of it, what specifically makes that necessary?
I think that, you see, there has always been something wrong with Article 146. And particularly with the procedure that it sets out, and especially as it regards the position of the Chief Justice. In the Ajay case, I took the opportunity to reflect on that weakness that I noticed. And are these and these are not so, to me, they lack the gravity. They lack the gravity that would lead to a grave outcome, such as the removal of the head of an institution of justice. Mm. I've deliberately phrased myself that way. It trivializes the position, and I wonder what this is going to lead to further on along the line, because every judge is fair game and every Chief Justice is also fair game.
Mm. I mean, is that to suggest that you suspect there could be a ripple effect in that?
Oh, definitely.
Any matter,
it's not suspect. I foresee, not tomorrow, maybe not next year, maybe not in 5 years' time, but along the line, yes, unless those provisions are dealt with effectively in a revised constitution.
Maybe a more direct question. I have seen the letter that was written by the Secretary to the President to the former Chief Justice.
And that's the other thing. A warrant, a person holding a presidential warrant, that's what the position is. You become Chief Justice because you have received a presidential warrant. You can receive all kinds of letters that you are hereby appointed, but if you don't have that warrant, does that make you Chief Justice? Okay. So, if you're removing the person from the position, is it a subordinate who signs the letter? Is that the way it's supposed to be done? That's just by the way. Food for thought.
Yeah, but I've seen a warrant as well signed by His Excellency the President.
So why are they showing us that one? I've been receiving all kinds of messages, and every one of them is only bringing out that letter. And in any case, is it polite? Is it proper that it should be a subordinate who writes a letter of removal to a Chief Justice? Really? Really?